People are turning off their TVs. Mainstream media is gone and they're turning onto social media for their information, for their news. So me and my mates are going to give you some news so you can watch and make an informed decision about how you take it and about your life. This is the Robin Hood Effect, a chat with Jay, the opinions and views. Episode 7, our weekly review, finishing January 25th, 2025. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have a voice, make sure you write to your parliamentary member and get your voice out there. It's never too late. So first up is Justice Matters. Great mate of mine, and he's just reporting on some of the decisions that have been made by the court on particular public servers. Have a look at this.
Former New South Wales cop Nicholas Filmer had his 2-year sentence for child SA suspended by Judge Andrew Scotting. Another Australian police officer has been charged with child SA. This time, a 30-year-old senior constable from Brisbane has been charged with possessing child SA material. This shit is never ending, right?
So what do you think? I mean, it's quite simple, or is it? Do we have to trust what our judges do and what happens within the courts? Of course you do. But 2 cases of SA being thrown out or reduced sentences. Is there something going on? I don't know. But then we go on to America now. We're talking about Trump, and he goes on about, pardon me. Check this out.
US President Joe Biden pardoned his brother, his sister, and their spouses minutes before leaving office. Hours earlier, Biden pardoned Dr. Anthony Fauci, his chief medical advisor, retired General Mark Milley, and members of the House committee that investigated the January 6 attack on the Capitol. This comes on top of the pardon he's already given to his son, Hunter.
So Joe Biden, and I made a video about this, he went and pardoned his family and Mr. Fauci. I'm not saying a word, but why are they being pardoned at the last minute? Just make your own assumptions. And as Riz says, do your own research. Moving on to the great man. Let's talk about the great man, Anthony Albanese, doing the government proud, being a proud Prime Minister, and apparently increasing our job market by 70%. In what? Riz will tell you right now.
Jobs keep growing under Albanese government. Yeah, fucking right. 70% of them jobs created since 2022 have all been government jobs. That's right. You and I are fucking paying for them. And they're fucking rubbish like this. 140 to 160k a year to sit in a fucking office and do nothing. And the morons celebrating it like it's fucking great.
So 70% of the 100 is government jobs. Now, what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so you have to do your own research, as he says. Now, government jobs, we have to break that down, of course. Could it be, teachers, could be admin, could be anything. We're not sure. We can go and break that down. Now, the other one he's got here is very interesting about what Michael Jordan said about inclusion. Have a look at this.
But on a serious note, all in all, if we just canned all the political garbage out of sports and schoolrooms, the world would be a better fucking place.
Now, I always say, as a humanitarian, love each person for who they are. And that's all it is. Whatever's happening, discrimination, racism, happiness, sadness, whatever. We all have to work it out. But that comes from leadership and leaders within our community, within our nations that are working together for the betterment of us. And there is someone making a change and having a voice for the Australian people. Over in WA, a good friend of mine, Madison King.
So I'm going to give you a reason as to why I celebrate Australia Day. Australia Day, when it was invaded on the East Coast. It wasn't invaded on the West or the South Australia or anything. So the demographics alone is isolated to one area. Secondly, I remember people jumping up and down about saying sorry. When the sorry did come through on 2 occasions, that was Paul Keating as well as Kevin Rudd, you would have thought things would have changed. But they didn't. See, when you say you support Invasion Day, all you're doing is supporting people who will piss and moan about everything. So you changing the date isn't going to fix the problem.
So she talks about why she celebrates Australia Day. Look, at the end of the day, I get it. I see everything. I see all the division. All I want to do is have the one flag at the moment. This is the flag that we're running under. I love the Australian flag because I was born under it. That's all it was. Okay? The Aboriginal flag, I respect it. Absolutely. Torres Strait Islander flag. Absolutely. We have to come under one flag. So if everyone wants to get together and make one flag, let's do it. Let's be as one, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we want. And on my channel, yep, I talked about Trump, but also I talked a little bit about the state of Victoria. I'm just saying, you know, they were voted number 4 most livable city. Have a look at this.
So Melbourne was voted number 4 most livable city. So I'll just ask you to look at these pictures across the road. We're $156 billion in debt. Lots of people living here. Lots of rubbish.
Pictures speak 1,000 words. Might be just one area, ladies and gentlemen, but at the end of the day, cost of living, what we pay, taxes, and what do we pay for? We got to clean up, man. That's all it is. Just have some respect for your space and the land you're on. It doesn't matter. Just do it. All right? It's quite simple. You get more people in here, it's going to be more rubbish. Just clean up. And you have a look at one of the other memes I put up about Novak Djokovic, and you can have a look right now. He stood up for what he believed in. And it doesn't matter what he believed in, okay? Let's cut that. Get rid of it. Think about that for just a minute upon yourself. What do you believe in? What are you going to stand up and believe in and just stand firm? Think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining the Robin Hood Effect. It's been an absolute pleasure for episode 7, the weekly review. If you want to catch us on TikTok, check out myself, Words of the Warrior. 2, Rid's Opinion. Number 3, Justice Matters. Number 4, Madison King. And also our associates, Shallow Chow and my great mate Hood War. Thank you so much. And we look forward to next week for the review. This has been the Robin Hood Effect. This has been Jay. Have a great week. Keep yourself informed and make great decisions for the betterment of yourself and your family and friends. And always be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. See you next week.